Well, it's let's see, 8:30 right now, and this is some of the craziest fog I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, you literally have maybe, you probably got about a good 25, 30 feet of visibility, and that's about it. But we're literally riding through a giant cloud as we speak. You can see it progress. This is fucking crazy. This is up the hill from Lake Superior. So this is lake effect type shit. This is fucking crazy. There's a sign, you now can see it. So anyway, yeah, thank God for brake lights. Making our way down the hill, by the way, getting closer and closer towards the lake. So it's funny, it'll be like total different weather when you get down there. It could be 15 degrees, 20 degrees cooler, 30 mile an hour higher winds, more fog, less fog, more snow, less snow, whatever. It could be like an entirely different country sometimes going down once you get all the way down to this hill, which is about a good, from the top of the hill to the lake shore is about a good, I'd say about 9 to 11 miles, which isn't a lot, but when you got windy, crazy roads like this going down when everything is completely frozen, you can imagine it's you can kind of have a nice roller coaster effect. Hug the inner corners is all I gotta say. But it's pretty though, and it's pretty gothic looking, and it's pretty awesome. And then the closer you get to downtown, when you get fog like this, it's like an amazing setup movie for, I mean, this would be like the best Halloween movie ever. And you'd be surprised that the summers here are just as intensely, unbelievably bright. I mean, they are some of the brightest summers you'll ever see too. The sun is, it's probably 30% brighter than Phoenix. You get the lake effect, which cools you off, but that sun will burn your skin fast. Even if you're a good tanner, that first day you get burnt the hell up. I get more. I get three times. I would say about 3 times more burnt here than I do in Phoenix. What does that tell you? Florida, for whatever reason, I get burnt up all the time as well. But that's probably because I'm in the water the whole time, getting salty. Anyway, getting off on 21st Ave and Superior. So Superior Street's where we're gonna go, and that's the main drag through Duluth. But we're nearing towards the west end, which is industrial, and with that, of course, you have a different type of economy. It's not nearly as touristy. They've tried it. It used to be touristy back in like the 1900s, I guess, or whatever, but that eventually failed. There's a pretty sweet, Duluth Pack is out here, so I'm sure a lot of people probably have heard of Duluth Pack. Their headquarters is here, and then Duluth Trading Company is on the opposite end. So you have kind of like north side of Chicago, south side, I guess you can. That's right. You got some pretty sweet, dingy little bars or whatever. They're actually a lot of fucking fun. You got your thrift shop, and you got Mitch's. Actually, this place is pretty damn fun. Believe it or not, you get all kinds of people in there, but I've always had a pretty good time there. Everybody's just cool, minding their own business. It's a Bernie Sanders town, so no one's really gonna fuck with you for the most part. And people who make a big deal about it are definitely people who have been sheltered a lot in their lives and never have lived in a city with 1 million or more people. So anyway, we're getting more west as we speak, and I'm running late, but that's a tour of the west side of Duluth. I'm not even sure what the neighborhood is called, so I'm sure there's probably going to be a lot of hipster know-it-alls that can probably correct my coordinates here, but Quick Trip. That's the other Quick Trip. That's big money here, actually, working at a Quick Trip. There's T-Bones. That's another shit dive bar with really good onion rings that give you the worst diarrhea in the world, but big giant beers, cheap. There's a investment agency on the west side because there's still money here. Don't get me wrong, it is industrial, so there's a lot of. I mean, believe it or not, Duluth Grill is right there, and that's actually one of the best restaurants in the Midwest. Ironically, I mean, we're talking. They grow their stuff all local. And when I say local, that means like they're like local Nazis is more like it. Where everything has got to be local. They don't mess around with nothing else, and there's a culture for that demands, grassroots types industry, and they refuse to support, all other industry, especially corporate. So I mean, Quick Trip, that's a Minneapolis-based company, so they allow it. But for the most part, though, anything that you see in big cities that are not from Minnesota, like New York, like Minnesota is its own thing. It really is. All of Minnesota is its own thing, and everybody has like they're honorable businessmen, which is pretty refreshing. I gotta say, Minnesota business people are actually pretty good to work with. What you see is what you get, and they deal with straight honesty. It seems like there's no shrewd cowboy mentality out here when it comes to business, i.e. ripping people off or whatever. Yeah, I'm just being very general and stuff like that, but you know what I mean. I'm sure you see certain cities kind of deal with like an underbelly, so to speak, and I think it's probably because business wise, ethics wise, it's a Scandinavian type mentality more than anything, and hence the Bernie Sanders comparison, which I think is fairly realistic. I mean, you get a lot of people that are Norwegians and Finlanders, etc. There's a big old bridge where they ship hot iron from the mines, and you can see it steam. It's like hot pellets, freshly mined and melted down and turned into big ball bearings, I should say, about yay big. And anyway,